Welcome back to Pathfinders from the edition of April 10th recap. This is Freya, and update is, here we go. The centaur, Hecuba, decided to go after an ogre that was just watching a fire, like, it wasn't doing anything bad. But again, he couldn't talk to the ogre, so decided just to do his own little thing. And he takes his Morningstar mace and decides to go and try and, hit the ogre. Well, given the fact that he scored really shitty on his dice that day, the ogre, all he does is go, ouch, turns his hand, and whacks Hecuba in the head with the mace. Yeah, the poor guy got hurt. Quite a bit of damage, actually. Next thing we know is we all ended up separating. Did we intend to? No, because the damn dungeon master did it to us again. Every time he separates us. So, we had the dungeon, the sky dungeon. Well, one thing I can say is at least it's a tasty dungeon. Because me, being a little half-seer elf, decides to go after what I think is going to be some delicious kind of marshmallow. It tasted like strawberries. It was great and all. The next thing I know, I'm sucked into a tube. Like Charlie on the Chocolate Factory. Except, instead of a chocolate river, it was a marshmallow fog, which was strawberry flavored. And the next thing I know was like, shoop, into the floor/ceiling. And I'm stuck in a wall. I'm literally going like this, trying to figure out how big of this wall it is, how big of a room it is too. Wow. Yeah, the Dungeon Master really pinned me on that one. So, next thing we know is Hecuba being a weird kind of centaur, does not have the same detect magic and stuff that we do. He's a very impulsive centaur. And he gets stuck and goes through the ceiling/floor. It was hilarious. Imagine, the thing is upside down and all you see is 4 hooves and a human head. Yeah, a little creepy, but also funny too. So, everyone decides, well, let's just see how big a hole this is. So then Locke, being Locke, goes to go check on the, all the chests and stuff. He tripped a few traps that day. And Gul'dan, being an amazing little anti-paladin summoner, decides to do Gale Blast and everything else. And it helped, but at the same time, there's a hole in one ceiling, there's a hole in another wall. The centaur, decides to do something else, and all of a sudden it's a lightning strike, and there's another hole. Like every single time anyone tries to do some kind of magic thing, another hole gets into the ceiling or the wall or something else. So we do not know what's going on with the magical creature, by the way. Because we're still waiting for him to heal. Magical creature that I'm referring to is the really nice little character that was currently imprisoned just because the dragons didn't like him. What assholes, right? So we healed him as much as we can. We're still waiting to see what's going on with that. And then this week was hilarious. Locke, being an impulsive Tengu thief, decides to take on 13 different characters. He took down 2 of them, so that's good. But because they were so angry that the 2 were taken down, 13 weird goblin creatures pinned Locke down, knocked him out, and brutally, anally, and orally raped his ass. Well, his ass, his mouth, everything else. I mean, when you see a hentai kind of thing and you see the tentacle in the mouth? Yeah, that's exactly what we saw. Well, actually, Gul'dan saw it. Because he decided to go try and rescue his friend. Next thing you know, all you see is this. and through the ass too. His ass is going to probably be needing quite a bit of healing. His mouth, he's probably going to need to wash his mouth at least 6 different times and wash his entire body down. But at least Gul'dan did not get anything happening to him, because he is not stupidly impulsive like Locke can be. Don't get me wrong, it was hilarious, but at the same time, he's holding his ass right now, and he's rubbing it like, owie! Well, that's what happens when you go after something that doesn't like you, right? So, this week, which is tomorrow, we are taking on more. Are we going to be able to find that little creature, and hopefully he'll be healed enough that we can take him with us? Or is someone else going to be anally and orally raped? We shall see. From Pathfinder, presented by Freya. Have a good one, guys.